Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to take a look at this Covid travel watercolor set. And it says, create anywhere, color everywhere, portable, vibrant colors, durable. It comes with a metal clip, a leather case, pigment trays, a storage bag, water brush pens, mini water change box. And oops, you know what? The clip to it is right here because I have opened this already. I showed it in my my haul video. Now on the cover it says 3 primary colors: yellow, red, green. 3 secondary colors: purple, orange, blue. 3 metallic colors and 3 regular colors. So maybe it's a brown. I don't know. It looks like another green. So this comes with 12 half pans, but it also comes with trays that you can swap out for the half pans. So let's take a look here. This was $15 or $15 and change on Amazon. And I bought it because I am a sucker for a travel palette. I collect travel watercolor palettes. I know it's an odd collection. There's the water brush. Here are a couple extra trays. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because I have a feeling I'm going to pull this off the thing. And here is this little satchel that you can slide your belt loop. Your belt can go through this, and you can wear it on your waist like just to carry it. And then we've got our palette. I've got a little water cup here. So the water cup actually fits around the palette just like that, which I thought was really cool. You could also clip that water cup to the edge of the palette. So let me show you how it comes. Actually, I did take the paints out and then put them back in, so I might not have them in the same order. In the lid of the palette, you've got this removable white tray for mixing, but you can take it out to go clean it if you want to. I just use like not that one. Use like a little something to pop it out of there, but I have a feeling I'm going to scratch it up if I do that too much. But that'll be handy for cleaning. Some dust in there. Probably cat hair. The cat's been in my studio because I've had the doors open, airing out oil paint fumes lately. And then these, you can hook them on, like this one will hook onto the side of the palette. Your little cup here can hook on the end if you're holding it while you paint and you want it up like that. This tray goes in here if you, hopefully I won't do that. Maybe if I put it on like that. And this tray would go in there if you're not using those colors, and probably wouldn't have that on there unless you were using those colors as well. You might even have it hooked on down here. But we'll look at that in a little bit. For right now, I'm curious about the paint. I don't have high hopes, to be honest. And I'm also curious about the water brush, because sometimes you get one of these kits that has a really cute palette, and the palette's great, but all the kind of pack and accessories are kind of lackluster. They're just in there to kind of add perceived value to a kit, and they don't actually, they're not really very useful. But I mean, who knows? Maybe these colors will be useful. Maybe the paint will be nice, and maybe it's junk, but we'll give it a try. Because I know when you're getting started out, a lot of times I painted that on my daughter Maisie. I painted that with this very similar palette actually, but I did take the paints out and put my own paints in. But this one's by Fun Too, and you know, I thought it'd be the same exact thing, but that one is bigger. So just for a reference, the size difference between the 2 palettes, in case you have this one and you're curious. But yeah, the paints that came with that were awful, and you know, the trays have all stained up, but I don't care. It works great, so I don't mind if my palette gets stained. All right, this is a fairly good size water brush, so that's nice. We're going to start by doing a swatch. And I guess if you're using a water brush, you probably wouldn't need the water cup there. I think I'm just going to unhook that so it sits flat. And let's see how these colors look. I'll just start my brush. Oh, the brush is probably like a medium point. It seems like it has a pretty good tip to it. Oh, actually. Ooh. You know, that's not terrible. That's a nice red. Looks like a quinacridone red. That's not a bad color at all. You know, I am going to put a little bit of water in here. And I'll just kind of, since I started with the boldest color, that's probably going to stain my water brush. I'll use that to rinse it between colors. Now we have this orange. Gosh, you know, they're pretty vibrant. I'm surprised. I should take a paper towel. I've got all kinds of junk on my desk. clean a water brush, you just squeeze it out and wipe your brush off, but I was trying to conserve the water in my brush by cleaning it there. A nice vibrant yellow. I'm actually really surprised at how vibrant these colors are. Oh, it's got a nice sap green color, olivey sap green. Huh, that's kind of like a permanent green or May green color. Let's see, got this kind of, oh, this is kind of weak. It's kind of like a, I would say probably like a cobalt blue hue. They probably have a list of the colors. Yeah, that one's nothing to write home about, I'll tell you that. And then we've got a violet. They started off so strong. Got a black. Black's alright. Oh, the white. We won't be able to test the white unless we are on a... We're on some dark. Let's make a stripe of black here. Just using alcohol markers, an alcohol marker that I think needs to be refilled, but nevertheless, looks like that didn't, oh good, it didn't go into the next page. I'm going to give it a quick dry, and also I'm going to put a drop of water on that blue and see if I can help it wake up a little bit more. Now, I'm sure these aren't light fast color, well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm sure they're not light fast, but I would be very surprised if they were light fast, because, oh, let's put a little drop of water on each of those. I would be very surprised they are at that price. I mean, I was just basically, I thought it was a great price just for the palette, because I would think the palette would cost twice as what I paid, twice as what I paid. So I don't have any complaints there. All right, I'm going to start with the metallics. I've got a gold and also swatched over there. That's not bad. Got a metallic green. I feel like metallics are everywhere nowadays. They're kind of a dime a dozen. I would much rather have, well, you're not going to get your druthers in a palette like this unless you take the colors out and you do it yourself. It's just, oh, that pearly silver color is really nice. I mean, I think you're either going to get a good palette or you're going to get good watercolors. You're probably not going to be able to get both. I feel like I have way too much water. Wipe some of that out. I've seen whites that were weaker. All right, so we have those colors there. I don't think they're too shabby. We can do the rose test. How about we do the rose test? This isn't, like I said, I just bought it for the palette, so this is not going to be the most in-depth thing ever. I'm just going to grab another piece of paper. I don't want to, I usually with these are like these are tearaway pages. So I just paint on one side because I might want to tear it off and use it for something. But let's do, on this I'll paint on both sides because it's, you know, it's just a sketchbook here. Let's do a little rose and test how the paints work. Plus I think we have good colors for that. I'm going to start off, make a little wash of, that's a really pretty red. I must say, I would definitely keep that red. I'm going to thin it down a bit. I like to start, when I'm doing my little rose studies, I'll just start by getting a nice, oh, you know what, I'm seeing a flaw. We're getting backwash into the brush already, and the bristles are starting to splay apart, so the brush may not be as good as we'd hoped. but we shall persevere. Oh, maybe if I just clean it a little bit more. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm not terribly surprised because a lot of times water brushes that come in these kits are not the best. Well, it's a little bit better after a little clean, but it does want to suck up color. It doesn't, well, I guess it doesn't really have to hold that much water because you can just squeeze it. I like that pink. I like that red. Yeah, they don't flow terribly well. But it could be well, brush-related trauma. Brush-related. The brush seems to have had some trauma. Yeah, this brush is not it. Okay, we're gonna take another brush. We're gonna actually put some water into that little cup. And we're just gonna paint with a regular brush. I got one of my Mimic brushes here. Let's try another flower. We'll do one down here. Oh, so much better. Didn't leave myself enough room to go in with details. I'm going to try painting that one over again. Even add some of the orange tones into it. Now I'm going in charge in some darker color and see how that works. Much better with that. All right. We'll do a couple little rosebuds. That paint would probably get used up fairly quickly because I'm seeing it start to wear down already. But on the upside is you're getting lots of color. We'll also be able to see if this palette's going to stain. Sadly, we don't have a really awesome blue. Let's look at that. It's so milky and gross. Well, I shouldn't say gross. I mean, if it's a color you want, then it's fine. We'll see if the purple has enough blue in it. Oh, that's just going to make a brown. That's not a bad brown, though. And there's no brown, so... Okay. That actually makes a really pretty brown. But yeah, this is no strong blue. That's really a bummer. Be nice to have like an ultramarine blue and a like a phthalo blue or a cerulean blue, something that's a little bit like having a cool blue and a warm blue would be really nice. Sometimes I don't know how they make their choices, their color choices for some of these kits, because like it'd be much better to have a brown and a nice bright blue rather than having those metallic colors. But nonetheless, Oh, let's be able to paint a pretty little rose motif. So for cleaning, let's see how well this cleans up. Yeah, these are probably dye-based, although even regular watercolor stain palettes, so, but I would just say with the price, they're probably dye-based. You can use them like a magic eraser if the staining in your palettes bother you, but they're plastic, they're going to restain again. I wouldn't get too bothered by it personally, or just don't buy plastic palettes if it is something that bothers you. This side mixing area here has a very scant lip, so you have to be careful not to tip it. These trays have much more of a lip to them, which would be easier for you to not spill if you were painting. Now these are just friction fit in here, which I'm actually grateful for because they were really easy for me to get them out. In fact, you could just flip it over and tap on the back of it and knock them all out if you wanted to, which is plus and minus if you're out painting somewhere and you don't want that to happen. That would be kind of a bummer. I think I will probably keep the red, orange, yellow, and the sap green color, and the other colors are probably just going to dig the paint out and reuse the half pans. I might keep them separate because they might be the only ones that will fit exactly in here if I decide I want to put half pans in here. But the trays that came with them, that one will drop in there. It's got a little notch there, so it's easy to pick it out. Like that. I didn't see if it's the same size as that top piece. No, the top piece would be bigger because, yep, the top section's bigger because you have these side wings in here. And then this you could clip on here. Oh yeah, this, you know what? It fits so much better here than it did up there. And then, you know, if you're standing there and you're painting somewhere and you're holding your sketchbook, then you just hold this like that and you can paint. You know what? You probably use this to clip that onto your sketchbook. Let's try that with our little clip. I'm just going to set that water down for a second so I don't have a horrible mistake. I'm just going to shut that. The paints, I'm gonna call the paints a draw. Let's see, what I would do, let's see, I'm right-handed, so I probably, well, I guess it would depend on how I want to work in my sketchbook. Let's see, my sketchbook opens that way. I'm right-handed, so I'd probably have it like this. And take the little clip. Oh, I bet that's why it's flat, though. It's not really as much meant to be a mixing area as it is meant to be an area to hold your palette. Look at that. That gives you room for 24 colors. And watercolors, if you fill those to the top of the watercolors, like you've put a layer and let them dry, put another layer in, you could get a lot of paint in there. Then you've got 1, 2, 3 mixing areas, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this for mixing. Yeah, I think this is, for the money I paid, I'm really happy with it, just for the palette and the cute little leatherette pouch that it comes in. So anyway, here's a look at, and it comes with a little cloth pouch. The Fun 2-1 came with a cloth pouch too that I just didn't even use. I just used the little holster. So I don't know. I guess it's all right. That's another one of those things. This, and I would say the brush and the paint, even to an extent, are kind of like just added value type situations to make it look a little bit more expensive. But it comes with a little bit of a metallic tissue in there. It comes with a box that would be really cute to wrap. I think that it's a great little gift. Hopefully it's still this price by the time this video goes up, because this must be made in China. Made in China. Who knows what it's going to cost by the time this video goes up. But I think it's super cute, and I'm really happy that I bought it. If you have any questions, let me know. It does stain, so keep that in mind. The paint's not great, keep that in mind. The water brush isn't great. But the palette itself, I'm giving it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching this quick little first look at this palette. And the paint, I'm going to give the paint a thumbs down for the most part, but I didn't buy it for the paint. I'm not expecting much for what I paid, because to get 12 colors, 12 decent colors, is that 12 or is it 16? No, it's 12. Yeah, it would cost a lot more than what I paid for the palette, so no complaints. No complaints. Some of the colors are actually nice, but you definitely would need to replace most of them. anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye!